7 during their whole playoffs run, so this is something new even for us.
Love it, love it. It's the perfect one, and of course it's going to set up the tone. This is going to be the third match, the first game going into this one. It was going to be close going in, but Bigetron by Vitality, Alpha 7 Esports coming up next.
For me, I gotta say, boys, before I pass it on towards you, towards the game for the cast itself, I think this is a very 50-50 draft for both teams here. Every player has to play towards their marker here. For BTR, it's about strong side lanes, funneling into that late game. For the side of Alpha 7, it's about playing for those items like that. But the stage is yours, Dash, and also Holler, please, cast the game.
Thank you so much, Sagi. As we get into this one, of course, it's going to be all about execution. Going into this one, I don't give any of these teams a huge edge. I love the Lubu pick, but man, if he misses those Tremble Mortals, we're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, the challenge here is how he's going to be able to win the early game, right? Because most of the time you lose against a Byron. And how are they going to be stemming from the bleeding here in the early parts of the game? But what I'm seeing is that nobody's here to stop this.
Yeah, and this is very smart. You want to be aggressive. You want to be taking, resources off the map. Zonkyu was in the bottom lane. And again, this just comes back to the coaching. They're doing a little bit of research in terms of how he likes to rotate. When he starts off in the game, he started in the bottom lane. They knew that going in.
Yeah, and the marker that they needed there in order for them to just go for that invade was when they saw Ormson on the bot side of the map. When they saw him there is nobody who would defend on the other side because Tufts is also on his lane. So it was an easy take here for A7.
Yeah, very smart here. And look at, this is another way. You're talking about the fact that Byron, great Clash laner, very strong one-on-one, but now you got your friend. You got Fury who's kind of helping him out. It's going to make it much easier to kind of, again, you want to get Yap going.
Yeah, if Fury is going to make it easier for you, you want him to get whatever he can. But one thing that I'm scared of here for BTR is the marker on that first objective. First objective, they're going to be struggling just because of the fact that there's 2 Tremble Mortals that they have to deal with. Right now, Zanky is dealing some damage against Fury, forcing him to get that healing too.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even level 4, so, he's no unending sorrow, no out-sustaining with those heals. So, Bigetron, again, understanding the limits. Zonkyu being able to kind of be aggressive, take away that damage, but getting away scot-free.
Yeah, he's going to be at least safe here for Fury. It's still going to be okay here for the team. This is going to be a very great series. They have a bone to pick against each other, and I'm loving those kinds of series.
Yeah, and this is going to be the thing, right? It's going to be that chess match going into this one. How are teams going to rotate? How are they going to move around? Yes, they've gotten the intel. They understand what the teams want to do, but are they going to be able to do it?
Yeah, they have a lot of objectives that they need to go for, and this is what I'm saying, right? Especially for he's going to be struggling in the early game because the damage is going to be there. Tremble Mortals is going to be used onto the top side. Going to be getting Tufts on low HP. No help from anybody, but the flash has been burned already.
What a great use of the ult right there. The fact that he was able to lock him in, doing that, but also the flash. And look at how low now Tufts has to recall and make the walk of shame back in the lane.
That was scary right there. If he wasn't able to get the S1 on the minions, he won't have enough HP for the Yap in the end there, but that was a very smart play. Forceful suppression, not going to help you, buddy.
Not going to help at all. And Danny rotating in the top lane. And yes, Tufts is still in the lane. He's going to be able to kind of contest here. But the fact that he's been pushed away, again, you want to get this Lubu going. This is the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, we still have 55 seconds here before the next objectives. We still have at least 3 waves before we go there. And the Yap is going to be trapped here. He used the flash a while ago, so that's the first blood for Bigetron.
Yeah, that's on me. I was complimenting the Yap and the fact that they heard it, and Bigetron was like, okay, we're going to make sure we get this kill, but a really nice annihilation by Neil from that mid lane.
Yeah, in the end there, it was still a win for the side of Bigetron here. Yes, we're going to be losing at least a bit first on the earlier parts of the game, but right now, it's going to be a different story because here we are going to be trying to claw back from there in the early game.
Yeah, and it's all about just those early game minor micro movements that happen because it sets you up. Yes, you have first blood. It's only a 200 gold lead or so, but the Tyrant is going to be spawning in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, Ormson has the ultimate here. He has been the golden boy of ACT back in the day and has been great at setting up the team fights. But right here, Danny, half HP already, and he doesn't have any HP to contest the objective for later on. Right now, there's half HP on a lot of the members of BTR.
Yeah, a lot of damage out there by Zonkyu, and the fact that he was able to kind of push him out. Danny, yes, he's kind of tanky, but he's not really there yet. So this is the situation where things are very close. He's actually a little bit low on life.
Yeah, no Gorge mobilization onto Danny. They have to stop themselves from taking the Tyrant. And now they're trying to take the objective here. Unbridled outburst to the flash! And that's it! Danny has been caught!
Yeah, it's all about the vision game. Bigetron understanding that the rotation, where was Danny going to potentially be? It was going to be right by the Crimson. They made him pay.
Right now onto the bot lane, Zon. Going to be chased down. Not going to be able to get away from there. Even a tower's not going to help you.
Yeah, if you are new to the Honor of Kings esports scene, you got to know why Sacer. There's a reason why this guy is one of the best farm laners at Chalk VR.
Yeah.
The fact that he's able to outplay and get that kill on a Zon just proves yet another point.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Look at how crazy he is, especially about just going there. And there's a reason why Bilal has been keeping himself on the bot lane, even though the Parasol doesn't really need any resets on his ult, but because he really needs that in order to traverse this early to mid-game to get the Sacer to a good spot.
Yeah, it's all about that, right? Be letting him go, right? If Arlie is able to farm in isolation and do it quietly, he's going to have a great time.
Yeah, right now the Tyrant has been taken already, and they are going to try to go for the chase down. But it's a bit too late. Fury taking a lot of damage, Force and then Sorrow. That's going to stop them. They're going to be ejecting away from the fight. Knockup comes in. Not going to work.
Yeah, not going to be too much at all. I mean, a lot about in the mid lane, a little bit of action on that one, but through it all, the Tyrant was the biggest one that was taken up by Bigetron. Great play.
Sacer again, Zon pulls down, and the duo is not letting Zon do anything.
Yo, look, again, if you have not been watching Chalk VR, Alpha 7, this is a team that is scary. Yes, Bigetron has been making some waves, especially the KWC, but this is a situation where if we're going head-to-head, this is very 50-50 in terms of a match.
Yeah, right now onto the bot lane, they're going to go for the push. They're trying to take down the tower as fast as they can here. And this is a bit faster compared to the past few series that we have had. And Zonkyu now giving the same treatment to A7 by taking the Crimson buff right there onto the top side. Now Tremble Mortals, not going to hit anyone.
Yeah, Tremble in fear, I would say. Yeah, kind of using that ejection seat to just get him back to safety. Again, it's just what you want to do. But you have the Celestial Melody. This is something that we haven't seen too much. It's still a bit early, but Bilal won. This is potential, the double ults.
Yeah, they're going to be stopping here. Zonkyu going to be slowing down the game for now. And from what we're seeing here, A7, they're just... I think BTR is just letting Sacer take reins on the farm lane now. He's going to be pushing him forward. Zonkyu able to back away. Stun comes in for Zon. Goes in for the Flash Fury. With Mighty Fury, going to try for it. But it's not going to work out. Danny is still going to be alive in the end. Sacer taking the damage onto the side. But it's still not enough. A 1-for-1 in the end there.
Yeah, Tops there, right there with that flash. On point, understanding that actually who was out of position. Danny was a little too far out. Sacer was trying to keep him alive with that damage, but it wasn't enough in the end. But yes, Zon died in the end, so it's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, look at the upright. He's staying on the lane the whole time. He's not even part of the game at this point because he's just staying in the lane, just pushing the wave. Once he gets his items, that is when things is going to get scary.
Yeah, he needs his farm as well, right?
Yeah.
So Tops can be there to ensure that they've got the control for those team fights to win out. But if Nyap Stick stays in his lane, it continues to out-farm. I mean, yes, he's a 300 gold behind Tops, but this is a situation you want to put pressure in that top lane.
Yeah, once he gets the Cuirass of Savagery, he's going to be joining this fight. Maybe on the second objective marker, Zonkyu dashes forward, gets the kill on Sacer, and one more sweep, and that's Bilal down.
Yeah, and Zonkyu, this is it's like clockwork. He understands when the timer's going to be for that Crimson Golem, always ensuring that he's there to contest, because when it does spawn, Alpha 7 will be there, and they'll be able to reap those rewards.
Stun's going to come out, Zonkyu. Very sticky, this guy. He's not letting go whenever he gets close to anybody.
Yeah, this is a bad one for Sacer going down. He was going to be your win condition in terms of just staying alive and being able to just solo farm. But now that he's off the map, this is another huge tournament event for Bigetron because, again, they're going to take advantage of the fact that he's off the map.
Another tower down on their side, and now this is going to be looking really scary because the bottom tower is going to be next for the side of BTR. They're just taking over the game right now, slowly but surely here for the team.
They're not out of it, Alpha 7 that is. Again, they have had some hiccups. There's definitely going to be some hurdles in terms of how they do this, but they have zero answers right now to Zonkyu. He's actually 2 levels up from Danny in that jungle matchup.
Yeah, and it's also because Danny is like 0-2 at this point, which is why he has this advantage. And there's not really any stopping power from the side of A7 whenever Zonkyu goes in.
Yeah, he's able to just kind of go in, heaven and earth mode, and just be very aggressive. They're going to take the mid T2 essentially for free. Bigetron doing a great job in terms of these sieges.
Yeah, and they even cut them off when trying to go for it. And now Urmson is going to be using the ult here on this fight just to push away the members here. He's waiting for the timing. Zanky goes in, has the ult and right on that first, but not enough to get the stun. Onto the backline, Santa's going to go in. He got in, was able to get close, and that's another kill onto the side. They make it 2. Zanky with a double kill. It is going to be 3 in a bit because Fury is left alone here. That's another down on the board.
Yeah, all trading away for top tier, and it's all because of Zanky. His initiation, catching them out, being aggressive, even diving the tower.
Dash again, and Zanky looking for another. The pushback with the Resplendence is going to end him, and now this is going to be it. BTR takes game number 1.
Really well played by Bigetron, by Vitality here. Again, off of the play of Zanky, his Yangjian is top tier. The fact that they wanted to send this message with game 1 and that pick, that's the proper way to do it.
Yeah, it is actually crazy seeing this, and that's one of the things that I love about it. Even though that A7 went to the route of HBS